Right, one of the most popular baits anglers can use a peeler crab. Now a lot of anglers ask me, how do you peel one? Well, I'm going to show you. It's quite easy. And it's really important. If you're a nail biter, no chance, you won't be able to peel one. So don't bite your nails. Alright, first you start with the arms and legs. You get your nail tucked right into that piece there. Give it a little twist. You see what I mean about cutting your fingernails or biting your fingernails? If you haven't got any nails, it's not easy to do. And it's a good idea, once you've taken the arms and legs off, put them in a pot of water, or else put them in the shade, especially if the sun's shining, because they dry out, and they are good to use as bait. And especially with the crab, they're quite expensive, so you don't want to waste any of it. Stick them in the shade there. Right, you start from underside, peeling all the hard shell off. Side plates, and then its mouthpiece. And then you got a hard piece here, which is worth taking out, because if you try cutting it with a knife, and your knife's a bit blunt, you end up damaging the crab. And you keep the top shell on. The reason why you keep the top shell on while you're peeling the underside is because you can end up damaging the crab again. So you keep that on while you're peeling the underside. Then you just take the top shell off, like so, in the sea. And then I normally take the old gills out. There's a hard piece right in behind. Slip your finger in behind and just pull out the gills. I don't think the fish mind whether the gills are in there or not. They're not going to swim around and say, hey man, there's a set of gills in this crab, we're not going to eat it. You know, I don't think they're particularly bothered about it, but just out of habit I'll take them out anyway. Right, now to bait it up. I'm only going to use small baits today because I'm after place on this gear. Cut the crab in half. I put the hook down the back of the crab, like so. Give it a twist round and pass the hook back through where the claw used to be, like so. Slide up the shank, get the elastic, and bind it gently, not too tight. If you do it too tight, you squeeze all the juices out. And then up the top of the shank of the hook, do it a bit tighter and just break it off. And by doing it tighter, it stops the crab sliding down the hook, because if it slides down the hook and goes over their barb and all that, fish could pick it up, possibly you can miss a fish. Right, next, arms and legs. Oops, at least last it's gone there. Right, I'm going to peel, well, wait, stick that there. One claw. Right, first you take the top nipper off the claw, like that. Get the back end of the claw, pull that segment off, break that segment and pull that one through that way, and this will follow it, that sort of middle section. You've got to do it the right way because you end up breaking the claw. Same with the leg, tip first of the leg, the next segment, and then pull that one through. Then you tip up on the end of your hook to make it even more tantalising for the fish. Like so. How about that? A bait worthy for any fish. Hope Mr. Place is out there going to enjoy that. One of my favourite ways of fishing down here is spinning with a sand eel. It's great fun for mackerel, pollock and other species, but mainly mackerel and pollock I catch on it. I'm going to show you how to bait one up. Really important to get this right to make sure the eel works properly, doesn't slide down the hook. Right, first, open the mouth of the eel. Really important. Get your hook and slide the point right down the middle of the sand eel. And it's important to pull the hook at the side of the sand eel or the back, like so. Depends on the side of the sand eel, depends on how far down the body you go. Obviously this one's halfway, slightly bigger eels will be about a third of the way down, and smaller eels you can almost come out the tail. Now it's really important to tie that on well. First, get the elastic, which is blowing in the wind. Got a mind of its own. Hold between thumb and forefinger, and I bind it gently round the gill covers. Keep the gill covers closed, because if they splay open, the eel will spin. Then work up right to the nose of the eel. A few turns, a bit tighter there. Then I bring it back to the gill cover. A few extra turns there, and just pull the elastic to break it. Unfortunately, the elastic's gone a bit fray here. There, absolutely perfect. Always give it a little pull to make sure it is tied up properly and it's not going to slide down the hook. Don't pull it too hard, just pull the tail right off the eel. And that's it, absolutely perfect. And what a brilliant way to fish. Anyway, with a bit I'll show you me catching a mackerel or pollock on this method. Thank you for watching. We just scratched the surface down here and showing you some of the ways we bait up. There's so many different varieties of baits we use for different species of fish here. So maybe next time I show you some more. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye.